Well, how's it feel?
Oh, well...
Kind of scary, isn't it?
No, it's rather wonderful.
I think it's scary in a good way.
And I look at you and you look great, and it feels like I've gone back in time, and yet at the same time my heart is pounding because it's like a roller coaster.
I know.
From the very first time you and I were in a room together.
Do you remember the first time we were in a room together?
I remember vividly the first time. Okay, you go first.
Okay. I remember being at CBS, and there were 2 or 3 actresses that were being considered for Pam. And then you came in the room. And the minute you walked in the room, I went, oh, please, let that be Pam. Please let that be Pam. Please, oh, please. And you hadn't even opened your mouth yet. I was like, oh, please.
So it wasn't my acting.
Well, eventually. And the whole room was just slack-jawed when you walked in the room, because you came in exactly the way Pam was on the show for the entire time you were there. And it was just like, duh. It was done deal. From that minute, it was done deal.
There's something you don't know. There's something no one knows, because I've never said it out loud before. A year before, you'd been on the cover of TV Guide. It was such an incredible, handsome cover that I propped it up against my bookcase. So the day I came in to do the audition, not only was I a nervous wreck because I really wanted the part on Dallas, the guy who was leaning against my bookcase for the last year was who I was auditioning. It was you.
Oh my God.
So when I came in and you said, hi, I'm Patrick Duffy, so nice to meet you, and you took my hand and went, nice to meet you. Yeah, okay, just let's audition, because I can't look at it.
Really?
Yeah. Do you remember that I actually wore my own clothes in the first episode?
And I asked to buy it, but you wouldn't let me do that. So, yeah.
And our scene in the car?
Well, because that was, when you walked in the room, it established in everybody's mind exactly what they thought but didn't have a visual for. They didn't have a visual on what that Pam character, not just the tomboyish girl who grew up in the oil fields, but this elegant beauty as well. It was meant to be from the very first time we were in the room.
And then you were so sweet, because as I was leaving, you said you did a good job.
Oh, did I?
Yes, you did.
How presumptuous of me. I was as nervous as you were.
And I wobbled out.
It was a thing to be. We were Bobby and Pam from that moment.
You know what? That's the other thing about our marriage. I think back, and I think about who Pam and Bobby were on television. And I'm so proud of us, because I think we brought a loving married couple. And I think it was we were Romeo and Juliet, in Dallas.
People liked us as Bobby and Pam. Even when we weren't together, we knew we should be together. Everybody looked at us and went, that's love.
And I thought it was unbelievable that we got to portray 2 happily married people
who were sexually involved with each other.
Who celebrated their physicality, and who were good vertically and horizontally. It was wonderful. Yeah. It really was.
But that's what I meant, that even when storylines took us to be separated on the show, I think everybody who liked us thought that, oh, they have to be back together. That's the perfect marriage, no matter what happens.
And the worst scene that I ever had to live through on Dallas was you dying in the driveway.
And the same with me, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you did an amazing job. I mean, what you did in that scene, most people don't really realize what you did in that scene. It was extraordinary. And I didn't know that I crawled to you on my hands and knees until I saw it.
It was this great ending. And
it wasn't in the script.
No.
It just,
that was cool.
It was so real.
Well, there we go.
So.
That's why we did it.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go upstairs and try that scene again.